So before understanding the color grading theory, we need to understand how the camera record the footage in different color profiles. Okay. Uh, so here I will show you some of the cameras in the market. This is the best leading company in the market as of now, Blackmagic Design. It will produce different kinds of cinema range cameras. Okay, in some cameras in a budget friendly, or some cameras in a vast accept in the cinema range, like Arri Alexa, Red Camera, like that. But the Blackmagic Design itself, the company is completely different comparing to other companies. So this is the camera company. It will produce cameras, some of the softwares like Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve, and multi-view switcher, video switchers, and streaming encoding tools, and some of the panels like this production cameras to edit videos on color grading. Okay. So as of now, in this part, we'll discuss about the only cameras. What is the Blackmagic Design will produce. So before understanding color grading, why it was necessary to discuss about the cameras means we should know how the camera is recording the footage. The footage, how the camera will made in each pixel and each frame, and how it will encode the video. Okay. Okay. So I will take this camera, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4 cinema camera as a reference. So this is the camera that offering by Blackmagic Design. So here you can observe the camera features, and they will show you the camera details, video details, how the camera will capture. Okay. So look at this footage. It was recorded by the Blackmagic camera. They are providing ND filters. This is one of the feature of this camera, and I will show another footage. Okay. Okay. These are the some footage. These are the some footages. So wait. Color, temperature, contrast, tint. Okay, done. So okay, look at this. Look at this footage. Okay, now look at this footage. So before understanding how the color profiles will form means, there are many of the color footages, color profiles. The one is neutral footage. Okay, note down. The first one is neutral footage. What is the neutral footage? The camera will record all the colors, what the environment will show, what the viewfinder will show, what is the sensor will be show. It will record all the cameras in the sensor itself, and it will show neutral colors. That means how much is the exposure in the environment means that will capture only neutral way. How much is the reds, blues, greens, all kind of shadows, highlights, and all those things. It will record as a neutral footage. Okay, this is the neutral color profile. This neutral color profile is enabled in every brand of camera like Canon, Nikon, or Fujifilm, or Blackmagic, or any other camera companies. The neutral footage will record all the will record by all the cameras. Okay. Other thing, learn about some of the color profiles like portrait. Okay. So I will show you. Just wait a minute. I will show you color profiles in the Canon. Okay. Yes. So look at this image. Wait a second. Yes. Okay. Look at this image. It was showing picture style. Picture style means nothing but the color profiles. Okay. This is the auto. It will record by the camera, but the camera will decide how the colors would be record by itself. The camera will decide in auto mode. Okay. Another one is standard. The standard version is the standard version also recorded by the camera, and everything decided by the camera. Okay. Next one is portrait. This is default color profile to the portrait. If you capturing any portrait images or portrait videos, this is the preset to capture the colors or picture styles or picture profile by the portrait. And landscape, if you are capturing the landscape, that will defaultly decide colors as per the camera Canon company. And fine detail means, so fine detail that was indicating itself. Fine detailing is it will capture every color of the detail from the footage. Okay. Another one is neutral. I told you about already neutral. What is the neutral color profile means? The neutral color profile is a very neutral way that will not enhance. The camera will not enhance or dehance. It will not exaggerated or desaturated. It will show in a very calm and normal neutral kind of the colors. Okay, that is the neutral footage. So some of the color profiles are there. Every brand of the camera company will decide each color profile. Okay. So here I will showing you the Blackmagic company that was producing the Blackmagic Camera Raw. That is one of the color profile that is offering by the Blackmagic design. That is Blackmagic Raw. The name itself is Blackmagic Raw color profile. It was capturing every detail in the picture or video. If you observe here, okay, this is common DSLR shoot. They are showing it is a common DSLR shoot. There are many of the details are missing in this exposure part. Okay, if you observe in this specific picture, there is many of the pixels or data that was converted into complete white. Okay, there is no details are captured in this exposure part. If you observe in the right side picture, there are maximum pixels or maximum color was captured by the camera. Either it may be or in shadows part, or either it may be on a exposure part. Okay, all this data is preserved in a very like a very neutral or in very natural way. That is the power of Blackmagic Raw. Okay. If you observe in the Sony company, what about Sony company? We have learned about the Blackmagic company. Before editing the footage, you need to know basic camera brands and the color profiles. Okay. So now I'm opening Sony company, Sony cameras. So Sony cameras will produce the color profile. The more dynamic color profile itself is S-Log. Okay. Some of you members are already know about the S-Log. What is S-Log means? S-Log is the Sony color profile that will preserve the dynamic range of the pixels in the picture or video. Okay, and we see about Canon cameras. So Canon cameras also produce C-Log. Okay, what is log? Log is a very neutral kind of footage recorded by the camera that will preserve more details in the picture or the video to edit, and we can give wide range of color grading in the post production. What is the post production? What is the pre-production? What is production? Any one of the class you can tell me. So Pavani, what is the production and what is post production and what is pre-production? Pavani, do you have any idea? If you have any idea, respond. Okay, who doesn't know? And Ambika Garu, do you have any idea or guess?
Sir, production means produce something, sir.
Okay.
Pre-production means before producing.
Yes, before producing. Yes.
And
Post production is
post-production
after producing.
after production.
Okay, done. So here, in the filmmaking or any shooting or any projects that based into that will related into multimedia, how we read and how we calculate means it is a pre-production, post-production, and production. Pre-production means planning of the production. How would be the camera? What are the cameras we will take, and how will we capture? What are the scenes? What are the script? All these things are planning to be comes under the pre-production. Okay. So producing means production means while the shooting a scene, or you are capturing in your photos, or you are doing any product photography or anything, it comes under the production. And what is the post production means? This is the important and crucial role that you are learning right now. The post production is nothing but editing the photos, pictures, or anything related to the project. So editing part is the post production. Okay, here in the post production we discussed about the Canon already. So this is the C log, Canon C log. You can observe this is the C log footage. After grading, it was converted like this. So what is the C log and what is the S log means? Sony is S log, Canon will give C log. The log profiles are very dynamic range of footages that will preserve more pixels, colors, nothing but colors, because how much of the details are preserved in the footage means we can produce more dynamic range of post production values. Okay, that's the thing. So we are mostly the cinematic patient to edit the log footages, log color profiles. I think everyone is understand about the color profiles now. Okay, now I will go to the directly go into the software and I will show you some standard profiles and some of the log profiles. So here I'm directly dragging the log footage that was captured by the Sony camera. This was the footage captured by the Sony M4 by ourselves only. This footage captured by from our team in some of the projects. So I took one footage, this one from my computer. I'm dragging it into the Premiere Pro. Okay, you can observe this is a very flat footage. Okay, I will mute this video because you are getting much more noise from this video. Okay, done. So this is the footage captured by our team in one specific project. It is a S-log footage. Okay, now you can observe the every detail is preserved in very much dynamic range. The subject hair, the subject skin tones, the background. There is a background called the board having different structures. All those are in a very neutral colors. It was exposing very neutral colors. The forward subject, this is the forward subject, this is the main subject. The forward subject is also in a detailing. This forward subject was blurred, the subject is in the focus. Now you can observe the footage. This is a very neutral and dynamic footage. Now we are going to color grade this one. Now go to the window and you need to open color panel to proceed with the color grading. Okay, now I'm going to the window, going to the workspace, and I can see there is a option called color. Okay, so by clicking this color option, you can open some of the panels that was related to color grading. Okay, yes, it will show like this. Okay, so what is this one and what are these panels? So let me explain you. This is called lumetric scopes. These are the scopes. Scopes means some of the data that's showing the level of the data. It was exposed or underexposed, or it was perfectly exposed. Okay, you need to observe these lumetric scopes, how the footage that is the balanced in the exposure values or color values. Okay, this is the maximum value 255. Here are the exposure values, the scopes will show here if there is any exposure kind of data in this video. Okay, these are the shadows. This bottom line will indicates shadows 0, 26, 51, 76, these values. So these are the mids. Okay, these scopes are mids. The most of the data is preserved in the maximum range of mids. That was not any pixels are there in the exposure section or in the deep shadow sections. So now what we need to do means we need to do some of the modifications in this video that we would maybe increase some of the exposure values, mid values and shadows values that will increase the depth of the video. Okay, that's it. So directly I'm going to the color panel. This is the color panel. These are the controls that we can control exposures, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks. Already you have learned in the Photoshop what are the exposure values and what are the basic corrections that can be do for the picture or any kind of visual thing. So here we are editing in the Premiere Pro to modify the video values, color values. Okay, now so you can see these are the basic corrections. These are the creative section. This is the basic correction settings. These are the creative section. This is the curves. Already you learned about the curves in the Photoshop on GIMP. And these are the color wheels that will match. This is the HSL secondary vintage. Okay, already you know about the vintage. How can we add vintage like blacks in the surrounding? So we don't, there is no much more things to discuss in this panel. So directly I'm going to the basic correction initially. So initially observe there is a temperature. We can give the kelvins. We can balance white balance here, or you can give from the footage itself by clicking this iPicker tool from this panel, and you can click on the video footage in the white color section. That will automatically decide the color temperature, tint and saturation. Only not a saturation, only temperature and tint for the white balance. Okay, so otherwise you can remain it normal by clicking the reset button. So this is the reset button. Okay, you can reset it, reset this thing. Done. Now coming to the saturation. If you increase the saturation, the colors will enhance. If you decrease the saturation, the colors will remain normal. Okay, I will keep it in as a normal 100.0. This is the normal value. For the saturation, this is the default value. Now I'm going to the light. Light, what is the light means? There is an exposure values. I can decrease exposure values. If you are looking in the scopes, the exposures are decreasing from mid to under shadows. Okay, if I keep it normal in the 0 value, these are the these values are in 1530. Okay, if I decrease the exposure value, the scopes are decreasing. That is the indication. Okay, if I increase exposure, you can look, the footage is very neutral. If you increase the exposure, the footage is naturally increasing the exposure as in the camera. So if we observe, we cannot find if the post production is done for this particular footage. Okay, we cannot find the post production is done because we have enhanced the exposure value, but it remains in very natural way. The exposure value because it is a log footage. That's why it was preserving the more information and data in dynamic range. Okay, this is the post production value of log footages, log color profiles. Yes, done. So next I increase the exposure value because the mids are the value, the scopes all are in the mid values. So I just want to increase some of the exposure values. If you increase the expose more than 100 means it was overexposed. Okay, this is the overexposed because the white color thing is happening here in the exposure part because you have crossed the limit of exposure. Okay, this is the main thing. That is the blunder mistake many of the people will do in the post production. In the normal editors, that is not a perfect way to do. So you need to balance everything, the exposure values. This is the perfectly exposed value. Now taking about the contrast will squeeze the colors that will That will show you the more detailed exposures will increase exposures and shadows will increase shadows. If you observe, okay, the shadows are going more downwards direction. The exposures are going more increase direction. So I'm decreasing some of the exposure. So now you can increase some of the contrast. Okay, that's it, done. So highlights, what about highlights? The highlight means these are the highlights. So you need to look on the scopes only. Okay, you need to base on the scopes only. You need to observe scopes, how they are improving and decreasing and increasing, what are the values of the scopes, how they are happening. Okay, if you focus on the scopes, if you understand the scopes, you will be the most perfect color grading expert. You will become the most color grading expert. Okay, you need to base on the scopes. Done. So now I can highlight some. I was increasing some highlights here. Okay, this is the okay for me in the 240 or 80 section. That is okay to me. So you can decrease some of the shadows like this. Okay, if you decrease the shadows more, the hair will become more black color. That is not a good. You need to decrease some of the shadows. Okay, this is perfect to me. You do not need to go down into the zero section. Okay, completely zero. It will remain in this part, the shadows. These are the mid details. And repeating again, these are the highlights. Okay, done now. What about whites? If you want to increase the white, you can increase some of the whites. Okay, this all of the parts of the whites was increasing from the white. So I just want to keep like this. This is okay for me. Okay, now blacks. So all these parts are the blacks. Okay, if you decrease the blacks down, you can observe the hair and this beard, the shadows parts are becoming completely black color. If you observe in this section, I will make it more. Okay. So this is becoming more black. So that the data is missed. Okay, there are no details in this video. Okay, if you observe in the motion video, the blacks are becoming completely very damn shit. Like, okay, you need not to do like this. So you need to keep above the zero value. Okay, definitely you need to keep above the zero value, the blacks and shadows. That's it. If you observe, this is the very perfectly balanced footage. Now you can look. There are very natural way to edit this video. It's very natural colors you can see here. Every detail is preserved. The shadows are not gone to completely. Shadows are not become black. The exposure values or whites are not become completely white. Okay, the wall is the normal thing. Normal white color. The wall is in a normal white color. This chalk piece writing is also in a normal color. This forward subject dress is in a normal color. So the highlights are in normal. The highlights are preserved in the normal way. Okay. Now discussing about the shadows. The hair is completely in detail. Is showing in detail. The beard, this hair, and some of the shadows are become normal. Exposures and normal colors. Done. Now going to the creative. You can increase fade film like this. It was become like a fade, but we need not to do this thing. We can increase the sharps. That increase some of the sharps in the video. Okay. Now, if you decrease the sharps, it will decrease soft footage like this. Okay. So I'm keeping in a normal zero value. So you can increase vibrance. Okay. You can increase vibrance. You can increase saturation and decrease saturation. But you need to keep as natural as it is. You need to keep in a natural way. Now you can observe the curves. Giving the saturation to 100. 100 value is the normal value. Okay, you can give LUTs. So here is the LUT section. Okay, creative look. Going to the none. These are the some of the LUTs that given by the Premiere Pro. You can click like a Fujifilm 250D. These are the Fujifilm cameras, Kodak cameras, SL Beach, SL Blue, Gold. These are some of the LUTs. If you apply the LUT, that will automatically sets everything the color panel. Okay, LUTs are nothing but the presets. Already you learned about the presets in the Photoshop. Same as well as the LUTs will or presets will act in the Premiere Pro also. Okay, so you can download some of the LUTs from other designers or other editors from the internet or anywhere. You need, if you want to give LUTs from the outside, you can click on the custom, or custom means you need to design the LUTs. But if you want to grab some of the LUTs from the outside main, you can click on the browser. It will navigate to your computer. So you can navigate to your computer and you can view the LUT files if you have. Okay, I have some of the LUTs. I'm using some of the LUTs as per the necessary, as per the situation. So as of now, I'm showing the how to load LUTs. I'm showing that. Go to creative panel and go to look and click on the browser, and you can apply LUT from outside. So I'm keeping it as normal. As of now, I don't want to apply any LUT. I'm keeping as none. Okay, done. So now you can go to curves. You can play with the curves, exposure values, again shadows and needs. You can play with the RGB curves. So I just want, if you want to play, you can play. You can play in your editing workflow. So I'm keeping as normal as of now. Yes. So what is the next panel mean? So HSL. HSL will use for the skin tones. If you want to just use skin tones, then you can change some of the specific colors in the video. Okay, I have selected the skin tones. Now you can observe skin tones are changing. How the skin tones was picked? I'm repeating again. So set color. Take this eyedropper tool plus. Okay, plus minus a normal thing. So I want to select some of the skin tones from this video, from this character. I'm using scroll button from the mouse to zoom in. Okay, and scroll button to drag with the hand tool. I'm scrolling the wheel in the mouse to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, now I'm taking this pen tool, plus pen tool. I'm selecting the skin tones. Now the skin tones are selected. Okay, you can look as a color gray. Okay, so if you want to open, you just want to see only this part or the selected part. I selected only skin tones. You can click on this color gray. The remaining part is become gray. Only the skin tones are selected. Okay, if you want to eliminate some of these things from this particular section, you can take this tool, minus tool, and you can click on this one. Now I remove this remaining shed color. I selected only skin tones now. Now you can play with the denoise. You can, if there is a noise, you can apply denoise. You can apply blur. If you want to make it blur, you can blur. So I just want to keep it as normal value. Now you can correct with this wheel. Okay, you just want to increase this wheel as of your desired color. You can increase and you can keep it as normal. I just increase some only little bit more, and you can adjust color temperature, contrast, sharpen, all these things. If you want to select some of the part in this video, you can select from here. Mostly, in the most cases, the designers or editors will grab this tool to select only skin tones. They want to target only skin tones, and they need to they can edit only skin tones. Okay, that's it. Now next thing, I'm going to vintage. So before going to vintage, I uncheck this color gray. Okay, yes. Now you can observe the skin tones are a little bit enhanced or modified. If you observe, so this is the HSL off. This is the HSL on. There is very minimal change in the skin tone. If you observe in detail, so this is the on HSL. This is the off HSL. HSL secondary. We targeted on the skin tones. Done. Skin tones are completed. Now going to the vintage. If you decrease the amount of the vintage, it will add vintage effect. Okay, it will add in. You can adjust the midpoint. You can adjust the roundness, and you can increase the feather. Now, if you observe, this is the vintage left field. If you want to off, this is the normal thing. Vintage is nothing but the black color solid that was applied in the feather mode by applying in a gradient way from peripheral regions, from all the surroundings. That's it. Okay. This is about the lumetric color. Lumetric color effect. We will call it as a lumetric color. If you observe in the effects panel, there is a effect applied lumetric color. You can observe in the effect controls for this specific clip, video clip. Okay. If you want to add lumetric color by the manual, go to effects. Here you can click on this access button. You will navigate to this option. So click on the effects panel. There are many of the effects are there are the many effects you can see here. Some of the presets are there. Many of the lumetri presets are there. Audio effects are there. Audio transitions, video effects are there. Okay. You can navigate to these effects, and you can directly search here also. You can search here also. So I'm searching for the lumetric, LUME. Okay. If you scroll down, you can observe there is a effect called lumetric effect. So I'm scrolling down here. There is effect here in the color section, video effects, color section, color correction section. There is a lumetric control. You can drag from here and you can release here. The lumetric color is applied in a second time. Already we applied in a first time. Now I was dragged now this lumetric color to here for this particular clip. So it is added in a second section. Now I just want to delete one because already we have added. How it was added in the automatical way, because we in previous session what I have explained you till now, we doesn't add from this section. Directly it was added because we went to window, workspace, color grading section. So if you modify anything in this basic color grading section or anything in the lumetric color, it will automatically add it the effects panel in the lumetric color automatically add lumetric color in the effects panel. So that's it. That's about applying LUT, modifying skin tones. So understanding color scopes. So here are the scopes where yes, lumetric scopes. Understanding lumetric scopes. We explained about lumetric scopes. What are the exposure values? What are the contrast, shadows, midtones? Everything we are discussing now. If you're having any particular doubts, you can ask me. We'll rectify it and we'll close the session. This is the final output of our video, the color grading. We graded it as a very natural way. If you want to see before, you can see here. You can, if you want to off any effects, you can click on this effects button. That will off the effect. So now I will show you the before and after. Wait a second. So I'm duplicating this video. So I'm offing this session. Okay, in this session, I just want to on. Now you can observe in a full screen. This is before adding lumetric control. I mean ungraded, uncolor graded footage. Now this is the color graded footage. Okay, you can look before and after. This is ungraded. Yes, this is the graded footage. This is the color graded footage. Everything we have done about color grading. Yes, anybody having any doubts? If you're having any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, give a thumbs up button or you can respond. Ambika garu done. Pavani done. So now I just want to ask some of the questions from the class. If you